Howdy folks, this is Jackers back again with another episode of Morous Goes to Oblivion, this time with episode 115, I do believe, and we are here in the Imperial City, and I will turn it over now to Morous, the High Elf. Yes, well, probably a good idea. You really do kind of get things into trouble. Oh, look at that. We are actually just outside Othrello's house, where we are doing something for the Grey Fox. Oh, how exciting. Amuse has given me another message from the Grey Fox. I am to meet him at Othrello's house in the Elven Gardens district in the Imperial City. Be still my beating heart. That might have been a diabolic slip there. Oh, look, there you are.
I've been waiting.
So easy to overlook. It's almost as if there's something making that happen. Have a seat. Why must I sit? Fine. What?
Are you ready for one last great heist?
Sure. You just not look at me with those strange little beady eyes. What do you want?
This is the big one. This is the heist that will be written about and talked about for decades to come.
Of course.
We are going to steal one of the Elder Scrolls from the Imperial Palace. Are you ready for this challenge?
Well, how much is the buyer paying exactly?
There is no buyer. This is for glory, not for money. Our names will become legend. I also have a personal need for this particular scroll. As for your compensation, I ask you to trust me. If my plan works, you will get a reward worth far more than mere money. Will you do it?
Well, you know what? It might actually be glorious. Well, at least I will be. I don't know about you. When do we start?
Capital! I have worked for 11 years planning this heist. Sevilla's stone provided the last bit of information I needed.
11 years. So cute, you humans. And what's the plan?
The Elder Scrolls are kept in the Imperial Palace, behind a door that cannot be breached. Sevilla's stone has revealed a path around this door. You will have to travel the old way. Once used as an escape route for Imperial emperors, it has been forgotten for centuries. To unseal the entrance, you must sneak into the basement of the palace and activate the Glass of Time, whatever that is.
Well planned, Grey Fox. Outstanding. Then push the blue button of thingness, and perhaps go through the portal of going. So where is the actual entrance?
In the Imperial sewers. Here is the key for the gate to that section of the sewers. I picked the pocket of Okato himself to get it.
Oh, did you? How very. And what exactly is this old way? You said it was an Imperial escape route, I believe.
My scrying with Sevilla's stone has provided clues, but not the details. I know the tools you will need there, but not the obstacles themselves. The boots of Spring-Heel Jack will allow you to leap to an unreachable place. They will also protect you from a long fall. The arrow of extrication is the only way to unlock the final door. Take them both.
And is there anything else? Is that all you know?
Once you're inside the palace itself, you need to find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there.
Why would they do that? How did you manage that?
I arranged for the notable Celia Cameron to want to read a particular Elder Scroll. Don't ask how. However, she will be unavoidably detained. You will take her place. Do not speak to the priests. They're blindfolded and will not realize it isn't her unless you speak. As the Guildmaster, I am waiving blood price for anyone you kill during this heist. However, I can't stop the Watch from putting a price on your head.
All right. Well, I am a bit concerned the priests will feel my Well, frankly, my radiance if they get that close, but I suppose I'll deal with it. And, you know, this is quite a bit to remember.
I've written it down for you in this book. I've chosen you because you are the best.
Naturally.
Good luck.
All right, well, stealing an elder... I'm stuck in it. Why must I sit? All right. Let's try to get out of the chair without stealing an apple. All right. Master Thief. All right, where are we? Where are we? Where are we going? And how many lockpicks do we have? Important things we must know. We have 205. I'd say that's at least okay. The boots of the Jumant are going to be replaced by the boots of Spring-Heeled Jack, which might be hysterical, but they won't help us with weight, and we are quite over. Or at least I think we will be. So what we should do is take a quick detour, of course, to our beloved Battlehorn. Hello, voiceless word and dog. I do tend to strike people speechless. It is a burden being this magnificent, but one I bear so well. All right. Now, oh, I suppose we can use the lectern. Let's put in the Arrow of Extrication. No. But the Claymore of Jinxing. Staff of... Oh, yes, Staff of Lesser Storms. Lest I forget. Silver Longsword. Those were our weapons now. The Cuirass of Vitality, I think we'll put in and keep our Cuirass of Pain. Resistance. Greaves of Fire, we'll put those in. The Helm. What are we wearing for a helm at the moment? Probably nothing. Well, that's... No, we're wearing the Shrouded Hood. Well, better probably to wear the Shrouded Armor entirely, but... So let's put in this shield, the White Mage's Robes. Down to 341. Shield of Summer as well. The Mage Fighter's Greaves. Although they are worth considerably more. Spell Absorption. And we have 2 sets. It is wonderful being me. Let's see. Fortify Fatigue. Armor 4 versus Armor 4. You know what? Let's keep these and put those in and try to remember that we are not wearing pants. You know what? I think we will hang on to all of our potions. Let's go ahead and slip our pants back on, shall we? Just to be different. There they are. Alright, we should put, what was it, the Robe of Protection in as well. There we are. Alright. And...
How goes it?
Oh, quite well. It is me. Now, let's put in our excess things as soon as I recall which universe I'm in. Oh, well. Glow Dust. Imp Gall, Tap Root, Troll Fat, Vampire Dust, and Wisp Stalk Caps. Weak Potion of Strength we should hold on to. Alacrity restores... Oh, right! I forgot. I think we took some damage to intelligence. No wonder. Alright, do we have... Did I create... I created something. What was it? Restore intellect. And it looks like it was enough. Wonderful. Alright, back to page DD. And off we go. Actually, let's slip into our shrouded attire. 302 out of 420. Alright, acceptable. So long as we stay out of combat. Don't want to sneak up on another level. Now, pressing the space-time key, even though we just auto-space-timed. Now, the Imperial Palace. Wait, are you certain? Steal one of... Yes. It's not that simple. Of course it's not. The first step is to infiltrate the Imperial Palace. Well, I guess we can just see if we can do that.
Respect for the Imperial Palace by keeping your voice down.
Okay. Honestly, though, I am showing respect just by allowing myself to be here.
Respect for the Imperial Palace by keeping your voice down.
Okay. Alright, let's see. We're going somewhere. That's about the direction we have. Go somewhere and do something. Well, alright. Pressing the space-time key just to be on the safe side. Oh, lockpicks. You and your funny. There we are. And here we are. Well, it's good to see that they're drinking cheap wine. Your Imperial tax dollars of work. Oh, lovely. Ah, the glass of time. Alright, having done that, now what? I have activated the glass of time. According to the Grey Fox, the door to the old way in the Imperial sewers should now be opened. Now I just have to find it. Well, let's take a look at this chest. A steel dagger. Wonderful. Where did that guard go? Right there. So, I guess we're leaving again. Sure. Slip around this way. Hello. Don't mind the black-armored, shrouded, sneaking individual. Just doing my thing, you know. Spreading my glory to the basement. To your co-workers.
Trespassing in the Imperial Palace is a serious crime. Do not venture beyond the first and second floors.
You know, I think I saw someone down there. You should take a look. Thank you for your service. Arboretum, or actually don't know which quadrant that is. Let's try the Arboretum. Good guess. Civilization, well, such as it is. Built by Mayor, at least. Okay, so there's... Alright, let's look at this hole. Let's look at this human. That human in that armor would never get down that hole. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Oh, be serious. Don't want to bring DD out just for a rat. I mean, she does like to play, but some things I think just insult her. I would really love to turn her loose on the lockpicks, though. There you go. Thank you for coming. All right. Good evening. And now, the mud crabs. Next contestant. Thank you for playing. Well, there is a wheel there, but I don't know that it's required. Let's see. All right. Yes. Now, is this one we can open? Beneath the Bloodworks. The Bloodworks, you say? Well, of course, this is where we keep the corpses. Quite is, isn't it? And an easy chest. There we are. Gold sapphire ring, 37 gold, and a repair hammer. Let's take it all. Well, we're not looting any graves. Pity. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to clip into your head. We will take your 3 gold, though. Not too proud for that. And yours. Oh, hello. Who are you? Pressing the space-time key. Vampire, perhaps? Vampire agent.
Hello? Who's there?
Hi! Oh, hello. This is DD. She'd love to make your acquaintance. And make you her lunch. Not going that way, darling. Die? Well, we figured it was your turn. Dwarven bow, chainmail cuirass, weak potion of healing, we'll take that. Vampire dust, lockpick. Well, thank you, dear, for your donations. Alright, let's see what we have here. Looks like a petty soul gem, common soul gem, cure disease. Actually, did she get a hit in on us? I don't know. Does not look like it. Wait, no, we resist disease. Ah, as a high elf. Fascinating. Strong potion of dispel. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's on the way because we need it. Who knows? We'll grab it and be on our way. Do you have any gold on you? No. Well, better luck next time. Coffin has a gold sapphire ring, 20 gold, and a lockpick. You can keep your shirt with suspenders. In case you need a zombie down on the farm. Alright, let's see here. Well, it looks like we want to go this way, but I suppose we should take a look at our map again. Yes, I do believe that is true. Oh, goody. The joys of lockpicking. Heavy sigh. And, you know, there's that time when you just decide to do that. I swear, in one incarnation I could do it, but perhaps no longer. That's interesting. I could have sworn this connected. Doesn't it? I mean, it certainly looks to me like that's what it does. Alright, let's try that again. Once more from the top with the feeling. Well... Alright, back we go. The Grand Asuatua. I suppose we could do that. This way, yes, yes. Right, there is no that way, no. Except up. Perhaps this is where we came from? Yes or no? No longer certain of anything. No, 3 glass arrows. Would have remembered that. Plus 27 gold. Alright, let's presume we go through here. And here. Well... There we are. Alright, pressing the space-time key and just dropping down to say hello to another vampire. Mine's bigger than yours is. Well, that is a Daedroth about to destroy a vampire in one hit. Thank you, dear. Potion of healing by 2, sorcery by 2, vampire dust. I guess, you know, just for now, maybe we should take that silver mace. Just in case we need to rearrange anything spectral.
Hey, I'd better cut down on the ale.
Perhaps you had. Oh, hello, your sword glitters, doesn't it?
Oh! Yeah. Oh!
I'm going to guess that was a 2-for-1 deal for her. Alright, vampire dust, lockpick. What was your weapon and where did it go? DD darling. Do you know where his weapon went? Neither do I. Well, it glittered. Yes, yes, I know, vampire, you're over there. Could you just move? Can I borrow that? Thank you. There you go. Just float on down the sewer. Well, I don't know where it went. Unless she knocked it clean over into the... No, I don't see it. Alright, back into stealth. DD darling, go have fun with the vampire, would you?
Warming up, you pathetic worm. Yeah!
What?
No!
Oh yes, actually. Quite certainly. Well, she does bounce their weapons quite a bit, doesn't she? Elven Claymore. Vampire Scout. Quite heavy armor, Scout. Vampire Dust. Perhaps you'll do better next time. Elven Shield. We'll take it. It's light armor. And we can always drop it if we need to. The Claymore. 44 weight. Is a little much. chest here has a base ring of fortitude, resist disease, 15% on self, Surface of Thieves as a book, and 1 gold. Let's see the Surface of Thieves book. Security skill has increased. Surface of Thieves by Anis Noru. This looks interesting, said Indik, his eyes narrowing to observe the black caravan making its way to the spires of the secluded castle. A gaudy alien coat of arms marked each carriage, the lacquer glistening in the light of the moons. Who do you suppose they are? They're well off, smiled his partner, Harrier. Perhaps some new Imperial cult dedicated to the acquisition of wealth. Go into town and find out what you can about the castle, said Indik. I'll see if I can learn anything about who these strangers are. Meet on this hill tomorrow night. Haraya had 2 great skills, picking locks and picking information. By dusk of the following day she had returned to the hill. Indik joined her an hour later. The place is called Old Olira, she explained. It dates back to the Second Era, when a collection of nobles built it to protect themselves during one of the epidemics. They didn't want any of the diseased masses to get into their midst and spread the plague, so they built up quite a sophisticated security system for the time. Of course, it's mostly fallen into ruin, but I have a good idea about what kind of locks and traps might still be operational. What did you find out? I wasn't nearly so successful, frowned Indik. No one seemed to have any idea about the group, even that they were there. I was about to give up, but at the charter house I met a monk who said that his masters were a Hermetic group called the Order of Saint Iadnua. I talked to him for some time, this fellow named of Parathion, and it seems they're having some sort of ritual feast tonight. Are they wealthy? Asked Haraya impatiently. Embarrassingly so, according to the fellow, but they're only at the castle for tonight. I have my picks on me, winked Haraya. Opportunity has smiled on us. She drew a diagram of the castle in the dirt. The main hall and kitchen were near the front gate, and the stables and secured armory were in the back. The thieves had a system that never failed. Haraya would find a way into the castle and collect as much loot as possible, while Indik provided the distraction. He had waited until his partner had scaled the wall before rapping on the gate. Perhaps this time he would be a bard or a lost adventurer. The details were most fun to improvise. Haraya heard Indik talking to the woman who came to the gate, but she was too far away to hear the words exchanged. He was evidently successful. A moment later she heard the door shut. The man had charm. She would give him that. Only a few of the traps and locks to the armory had been set. Undoubtedly many of the keys had been lost in time. Whatever servants had been in charge of securing the Order's treasures had brought a few new locks to affix. It took extra time to maneuver the intricate hasps and bolts of the new traps before proceeding to the old, but still working systems. But Haraya found her heart beating with anticipation. Whatever lay beyond the door she thought must be of sufficient value to merit such protection. When at last the door swung quietly open, the thief found her avaricious dreams paled to reality. A mountain of golden treasure, ancient relics glimmering with untapped magicka, weaponry of matchless quality, gemstones the size of her fist, row after row of strange potions, and stacks of valuable documents and scrolls. She was so enthralled by the sight, she did not hear the man behind her approach. "You must be Lady Trest," said the voice, and she jumped. It was a monk in a black hooded robe, intricately woven with silver and gold threads. For a moment she could not speak. This was the sort of encounter that Indik loved, but she could think to do nothing but nod her head with what she hoped looked like certainty. "I'm afraid I'm a little lost," she stammered. I can see that, the man laughed. That's the armory. I'll show you the way to the dining hall. We were afraid you weren't going to arrive. The feast is nearly over. Heriah followed the monk across the courtyard to the double doors leading to the dining hall. A robe identical to the one he was wearing hung on a hook outside, and he handed it to her with a knowing smile. She slipped it on. She mimicked him as she lowered the hood over her head and entered the hall. Torches illuminated the figures within around the large table. Each wore the uniform black robe that covered all features. From the look of things, the feast was over. Empty plates, platters, and glasses filled every inch of the wood, with only the faintest spots and dribbles of the food remaining. It was a breaking of a fast, it seemed. For a moment, Heriah stopped to think about poor lost Lady Trest, who had missed her opportunity for gluttony. The only unusual item on the table was its centerpiece, a huge golden hourglass, which was on its last minute's worth of sand. Though each person looked alike, some were sleeping, some were chatting merrily to one another, and one was playing a lute. Indic's lute, she noticed, and then noticed Indic's ring on the man's finger. Heriah was suddenly grateful for the anonymity of the hood. Perhaps Indic would not realize that it was she, and that she had blundered. "Trest," said the young man to the assembled, who turned as one to her and burst into applause. The conscious members of the order arose to kiss her hand and introduce themselves. Nirdla, Sualek, Kyler. The names got stranger. Taniop, Tilitz, Nohitarap. She could not help laughing. I understand, it's all backwards. Your real names are Aldrin, Kellius, Relic, Poinon, Stillith, Parathion. Of course, said the young man. Won't you have a seat? Say, giggled Heriah, getting into the spirit of the mask and taking an empty chair, I suppose that when the hourglass runs out, the backwards names go back to normal? That's correct, Trest, said the woman next to her. It's just one of our order's little amusements. The castle seemed like the appropriately ironic venue for our feast, devised as it was to shun the plague victims who were, in their way, a walking dead. Heriah felt herself light-headed from the odor of the torches and bumped into the sleeping man next to her. He fell face forward onto the table. Poor Esarok Serif, said a neighboring man, helping to prop up the body. He's given us so much. Heriah stumbled to her feet and began walking uncertainly for the front gate. Where are you going, Trest? Asked one of the figures, his voice taking on an unpleasant, mocking quality. My name isn't Trest, she mumbled, gripping Indic's arm. I'm sorry, partner, we need to go. The last crumb of sand fell in the hourglass as the man pulled back his hood. It was not Indic. It was not even human, but a stretched grotesquerie of a man with hungry eyes and a wide mouth filled with tusk-like fangs. Heriah fell back onto the chair of the figure they called Esurok Tserif. His hood fell open, revealing the pallid, bloodless face of Indic. As she began to scream, they fell on her. In her last living moment, Heriah finally spelled Trest backwards. Well, isn't that cheery? And after that cheery and actually rather lengthy story, I do believe we have run into, well, time. Let's see if we can't at least identify the next step in our journey. Perhaps here. Hello. Don't look now. There's someone behind you. Thank you, dear. DD, darling. I figured the mud crab was on its way. Well, just hold that position a moment longer, would you? Thanking you, vampire dust. Well, I suppose that's an elven claymore. Here, why don't you just come down into the muck? There you go. Just enjoy yourself with the rest of the sewage. Now, I do believe this is where we wanted to go. So, now that we have our position, ooh, and a chest, potion of cure disease, strong potion of sorcery, and a weak potion of sorcery, I think we will pause here before we delve the depths of the palace sewers. For the moment, I would like to say thank you so much for joining DD and I, and of course Checkers the Human, on our journey. We hope you found it entertaining and maybe even just a little bit informative. We would like to invite you to think of something you are truly grateful for, such as the magnificent of, oh, your favorite myrrh. Something that brings you joy, something to bring a little light to a darker time. And I know personally that Checkers the Human would like to thank you for allowing him to share your time. And he is, for that, truly grateful. Most of all, though, we would like to ask you to please, please, take care.